Ghost Stories from Route 66, Haunted Tales of Illinois. Route 66, the Mother Road, stretches from Chicago to Santa Monica, carrying with it nearly a century of history, mystery, and legend. While it's famous for classic diners, neon signs, and roadside attractions, it also harbors eerie secrets. In Illinois, the first leg of Route 66 is home to some of the most chilling ghost stories in the country. From restless spirits wandering forgotten cemeteries to phantom hitchhikers who vanish into thin air, these haunted tales have been passed down through generations, leaving travelers to wonder, are they just myths, or is there something truly supernatural lurking along the historic highway? Buckle up as we journey through the haunted highways and spectral stops of Route 66 in Illinois. Make sure to like and subscribe.
What dark secrets could 5 vanished vaudeville performers from 1926th be hiding in the shadows of the majestic Rialto Theater? Tonight, we uncover the truth. The Rialto Square Theater stands as a testament to luxury and mystery in Joliet, Illinois. Built by 6 ambitious brothers for nearly $2 million, this architectural masterpiece opened its doors on May 24, 1926. Its walls showcase an extraordinary blend of Italian Renaissance, Greek, Roman, and Byzantine styles, making it one of the finest theaters in America. But beneath its ornate beauty lies a chilling tale that haunts its halls to this day. As midnight approaches, a young custodian notices something peculiar. Vintage vaudeville posters mysteriously materialize on the walls, only to vanish without a trace by dawn. Each poster features the same 5 performers, their faces frozen in time from that fateful opening night. During their final bow, as the audience erupted in applause, these 5 artists simply disappeared. No trace was ever found, no explanation ever given. Some say their spirits still perform on that grand stage, trapped in an eternal encore. What really happened on that opening night? If you've ever experienced something supernatural at the Rialto, share your story in the comments below. Did you know that in 1876, a group of criminals attempted to steal Abraham Lincoln's corpse from his tomb? But something far more sinister was watching them that night. The story begins at Oak Ridge Cemetery in Springfield, where Lincoln's magnificent tomb stands as his final resting place. For over a century, visitors and guards have reported eerie encounters near the burial chamber. Witnesses describe a tall figure in a signature stovepipe hat walking the grounds at night, while others hear unexplained footsteps and muffled crying echoing through the memorial halls. One night in 1876, as thieves crept into the tomb planning to steal the president's body for ransom, they encountered more than they bargained for. The moonlit chamber suddenly turned ice cold. Behind them, heavy footsteps approached. As they turned, they saw a towering silhouette wearing that unmistakable hat. But this was no ordinary security guard. The figure seemed to float above the ground, its eyes gleaming with an otherworldly light. The terrified criminals fled, leaving their tools behind. What they didn't know was that one of their own was a Secret Service informant, but even he couldn't explain the supernatural presence they encountered that night. What would you do if you came face to face with Honest Abe's ghost while visiting his tomb? Would you dance with a ghost if she promised to lead you home? In 1920s Chicago, a mysterious story began that still haunts the city streets today. At the legendary Melody Mill Ballroom, a stunning young woman in a shimmering sequined dress would appear on busy nights, captivating male dancers with her graceful moves and charming smile. She always arrived alone, danced until the early hours, and inevitably asked one lucky gentleman for a ride home. Her directions always led to the same place, the cemetery caretaker's house near Des Plaines Avenue. But here's where things get strange. As her admirers watched, she would step out of the car and glide between the tombstones, disappearing into the misty darkness. Those who followed found nothing but empty pathways and silent graves. Even after the Melody Mill closed its doors forever, the mysterious flapper continued her eternal dance. Decades later, motorists still report a beautiful young woman in 1920s attire seeking rides along Des Plaines Avenue on foggy nights, only to vanish near the cemetery gates. Some say she's searching for her last dance partner. Others believe she's trapped in an endless loop of her final night alive. But the real question remains, if you're driving past the cemetery late at night and see a lady in a sequined dress, would you stop?
Make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any stories you would like to share with us, our email is in the description. Let's continue.
Would you believe a martini shaker once danced through the air at one of Chicago's most haunted comedy clubs? What happened next left everyone speechless. Inside Cigars and Stripes, a trendy lounge on historic Route 66, laughter echoes through the dimly lit space as another comedy night unfolds. The crowd settles in, drinks flow, and the evening seems perfectly normal until something impossible catches everyone's eye. A martini shaker suddenly lifts off the bar, spinning in midair, before rolling across the counter untouched. Witnesses freeze, their smiles fading to expressions of disbelief. Security footage from that night reveals more than just floating barware. A mysterious shadow figure appears throughout the venue, manipulating objects at will. But here's where it gets truly chilling. When investigators review the tapes frame by frame, the same dark entity appears in multiple locations simultaneously. The paranormal activity doesn't stop there. Phone receivers lift themselves off hooks, bottles tumble from shelves without explanation, and disembodied voices whisper through empty halls. Chicago's Supernatural Occurrence Studies team confirms this comedy club harbors more than just spirits in bottles. Their investigation reveals consistent patterns of unexplainable events, with dozens of witnesses reporting similar experiences. What sinister force turns this comedy club into a stage for the supernatural? Share your own unexplained experiences below. Would you believe a ghost could be the perfect innkeeper? At this historic Illinois mansion, guests report their rooms being tidied by an invisible hand overnight. In 1909, successful businesswoman Belle Miller built her dream home, a magnificent building on Aristocracy Hill with luxury apartments, grand fireplaces, and elegant oak details. She poured her heart into every detail, creating the perfect residence for Springfield's elite. But Belle's connection to her beloved building didn't end with her death. Today, guests at the inn at 835 experience strange occurrences that can only be attributed to Belle's continuing dedication. Books mysteriously move from packed shelves to room centers. Peeling wallpaper repairs itself overnight without human intervention. A warm, friendly voice echoes through empty hallways, and a ghostly figure in Victorian dress drifts through doorways, seemingly inspecting her carefully maintained property. When modern renovations are attempted, Belle makes her disapproval known. Furniture returns to its original positions. Old paint mysteriously reappears, and whispered Victorian etiquette rules float through the corridors. Even after the building's conversion to a luxury inn in 1994, Belle Miller remains the eternal caretaker, ensuring her vision of sophistication and elegance endures. What would make a spirit so devoted to a building that they'd continue their duties even after death?
Thanks for tuning in. Watch another video if you dare.